Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, your feet propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. And we all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night. It's alright, the mountain life. Load 'em up and head this way to the bright red Georgia clay. From Notley down to Carter's Lake, all the memories to make. So much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and crystal streams. Now you love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's alright, the mountain life. It's alright, the mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Good morning. Guess what y'all got to see just then? Their favorite song of the mountains, The Mountain Life. And The Mountain Life is coming to reality as we get closer and closer and closer to the 75th anniversary of the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. We have found some really cool stuff from like the 1970s. Still looking for some older stuff. If you have any photos or footage or anything you did at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds in the old days, if you have photos of your family visiting there, if you have video of maybe your family clogging there, because there used to be a lot of clogging going on there, please share it with me. You can send me a message. You can call me at 404-375-0590. And I would love to get some of your stuff added to project after project after project we're doing supporting the Georgia Mountain Fair, because you know what the Georgia Mountain Fair does? It supports your businesses. It supports your gas stations, your restaurants, your motels, your hotels, your cabins, because thousands and thousands of people over 75 years have come up the road from Florida, from South Carolina, from Alabama. They've come down the road from Tennessee. They've come everywhere. I've seen tags there from New York City. For goodness sake, how did they find us? Well, anybody who finds these Georgia mountains immediately falls in love. And then they fall they fall into a pattern of visiting every year. And when they come back, I always say about your third trip, you are hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. You want to be a part of the mountain life. Now, we're sharing part of the mountain life, and this is, you know, when we think about the mountain life, we've got Notley, we've got Carter's Lake, we've got Lake Chattooga, we have Lake Lanier, we have so many beautiful waterways, we have the Amicalola Falls, we have so many places that you can camp, you can visit, you can tent camp, you can pop-up camp, you can RV camp, you can do whatever you want to see these mountains. I'll tell you, my favorite spot might be at Hamilton Gardens overlooking the mountains and just the peace and quiet. It is amazing to me how you can just get off those main roads. This is at Lake Chattooga. It is so beautiful. This is the right side of the lake, and then the fairgrounds are on the left side. So they have campgrounds on both sides of the road, and it is so beautiful. And yesterday, so many pontoons out there, so many people camping right on the lake. That is part of the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. So if you're thinking about, well, would I want to buy a camper or not? Well, let me tell you how you buy a camper. You can either do like I did once upon a time and went out and bought the big 40-foot expensive that I could never drive, or you see that? That's magic. That is a needle in a haystack. That is a camper that only has 31,000 miles on it. You drive it. This one is a Class B. That is my suggestion. If you're going to go camping, don't do a pop-up, don't do a tent, because this little bad boy comes with a bathroom, a full bathroom, which is really awesome. But go out and budget shop. There are so many people who have camped over the years and don't do it anymore, or maybe they've upgraded and gotten a bigger, newer one. Buy yourself a used camper and go out and enjoy the mountain life. The mountain life is one of those things. We have an opportunity because we're an hour and a half from Hiwassee and Ball Ground. Y'all are closer than that in Ellijay. You're closer than that in Blue Ridge. Get out and enjoy these mountains. Now, the song says it best. Once you've been here, you know, we know that you get hooked on these mountains. They are beautiful, and the greatest thing about the mountains are the people. The people who make up the mountains, whether it be the volunteers at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, the volunteers here in Ellijay with the Lions Club, the volunteers down in Ball Ground who maintain the beautiful botanical garden that is free to everybody. These mountains are full of wonderful, wonderful people. And that is our favorite little spot because Ellijay took us on a boat ride and we had the best time. It would have been more fun had they thrown me overboard, but I think they both knew that it would have been fun, but somebody would have had to do something with my hair when I came out of that water because it would have looked like a gummed up mess. So, but we had so much fun. Now this child loves the mountains. She loves dirt, she loves animals, she loves everything about farming life. That's what these mountains are. They still produce so much food and so much revenue now with all the vineyards in the area. And the vineyards start in the Jasper area actually and come all the way up to the Tennessee, North Carolina line. There are so many vineyards out there, and people who were doing something else in the city decided they were going to try their hand at it, and it seems to be very successful. Now this is where I want you to go, the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Make plans to do a visit there. I've done several lately, and over the many, many years that I've been here, 20 years, I can't believe it. Hilda and I were talking about it and looking back. It's been a lot of folks have come through the Georgia Mountain Fair, from Earl Thomas Conley, who's no longer with us, Billy Joe Royal, no longer with us, B.J. Thomas, no longer with us. There are so many people who were at the Georgia Mountain Fair. We were lucky enough to capture some of their interviews, not all of them. And sadly, once they're gone, they're gone. Loretta Lynn is probably the person that everybody gives credit for them air conditioning the music hall, because she wore them big fancy fitting dresses and they were hot and sweaty. And now it's air conditioned, it has new seating, it is a wonderful place for a music event. If you have not been to a concert, Look at their schedule and check out where would you like to be on a certain date. And you will find out quickly, one of your entertainers, one of your favorites is going to be at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. The Daly and Vincent event is going to be coming up in September. And that is a big, big to-do. Lots of great artists. So check out their website and you will find a lot of people going to be there. You'll also find out there's going to be a parade to honor the 75th anniversary. And if I had my way, the music of the Mountain Life would be playing constantly over and over because it just gets you ready for the mountains. And we're going to get you ready today for some of that amazing original music by Mr. Ellijay, because he is kind of the mountains. He's kind of what the mountains produced. Now we look back and, you know, he's been doing music for y'all since he was a kid all around these mountains. And it started when a school teacher said, I'm going to put you up here in front of the class and you're going to sing. And he sang a Charlie Pride song way back when. And I'm talking way back when he was like, I think he was like in the 5th or 6th grade. He was young. And he did music then. The music of the mountains came from the Chancey family sitting on the porch, the Cantrells sitting on the porch, the Scott family sitting on the porch together, creating beautiful music. That's what these mountains are made of. And for folks who come to visit, right now, we're taking old programs that y'all weren't even around here when we were doing this way back when. We had totally different cameras. It was not high def. We had very different audio. It wasn't quite as crisp and clear. And we have a lot of things in our archive that we are now putting on YouTube. So you get to go back, and maybe if your daddy was on the program and he's no longer with us, your mama was on the program, she's no longer with us, you get to capture those back to your memory bank because we're putting them on YouTube. And to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you just go into YouTube, they ask you for your email, you give them your email, you sign in, doesn't cost a penny to do this. It means you have access to the archives of us. Lots of years, lots of visitors, lots of crazy stuff. Who's sitting out there today that remembers the day we had a live mule right here in this set, right there. And we were so afraid these floors were going to be slick and the mule was going to fall down and we would be in so much trouble. The mule did great. We had a live mule in the studio. We've had a live bobcat in the studio. We've had a big old boa constrictor in this studio. We've done some crazy stuff because I don't like snakes. And so I was sitting over there on that set and I had Angela and Cooter over here. I didn't want to be near the snake. The great thing about live TV is what you see is what you get. And that's real. That's what the mountains are about. You might meet somebody in the grocery store that you just hit it off with, great. They might be from Lord knows where and they're here visiting. Just get to know these mountains. They are full of wonderful things to do and wonderful people. Today we're going to share some of that with you. We've got 2 interviews. Both of these came from, it's crazy because these ladies work at Hamilton Gardens at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. They were lucky enough to go down and visit and get to know Jim Gibbs at Gibbs Gardens. Now, Gibbs Gardens is the big to-do. Hamilton Gardens is just beautiful in the spring. It stays beautiful year-round, but not colorful all the time. But there's a beautiful walking path, and I didn't share that with the guys yet today. I'm going to take you on a trip there, but I'm going to let them look at the footage first because I'm afraid it might make you dizzy because we were on a golf cart and we were doing this back and forth. So y'all might be going, oh, I wish she'd slow down. I wish she'd do this. So I'm going to let them look at the footage, but you can walk the path at Hamilton Gardens. You just go up there, park your car, walk up, get on the path. It's a little over a mile. You can walk down to the lake. Take your time. There are benches to sit on. There are memorial benches, and that's one of the great ways that you can help Hamilton Gardens. It is privately owned, and it is run all by donations. You can be a part of the history and the legacy of Hamilton Gardens, and it is beautiful. You just saw some pictures of it. You saw the pictures of my view for a couple of days, and it was a wonderful view, I might add. So get to know Hamilton Gardens, and we're going to give you an opportunity by just sitting here today and paying attention to the interview that we did with she is the curator, she is the person who takes care of everything day in and day out, and then we interviewed her assistant, who is a volunteer. She is involved in FFA and goes to school in Hayesville, North Carolina. And you're going to get to meet Miss Madeline. So you're going to get to meet Catherine and Madeline, and here we go. Hey, good morning, y'all. We are coming to you from Hamilton Gardens at Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, and I want you to see the person responsible for this beautiful garden. Good morning.
Good morning, Sherry.
Tell folks who you are and a little bit about you.
My name is Catherine Lukenbach. I've been with the gardens since 2008. I came in as a volunteer and quickly learned that this was my passion, and been on payroll since 2010. That's what I do. I'm a horticulturalist by trade. Been in the business pretty much my whole life, and I love it here. I mean, it's a labor of love. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Well, it is so beautiful. Almost year round. There are a few months out of the year when nothing's going on, but right now you've got some beautiful stuff, even in the dead heat of summer.
Well, we try to, actually I have a goal this summer in particular is to make it more of a year-round garden, because we are known for our rhododendrons and our native azaleas, which are stunning. Over 3,000 plants in all, you guys. I really recommend whoever I'm talking to, come up between April and May and you will not be disappointed. It's just like a Pixar movie out there. It's so colorful. But the remainder of the year, it's a nice forested walk down to the lake. So I said, what can I do? So what can actually support shade and acidic soil? Oh, I know, hydrangeas. I went to Jim Gibbs Gardens, and I said, Jim, how about a trade-off? How about some roadies for some hydrangeas? And he loved it. We ended up doing lunch. He's a wonderful man. And I have a ton of hydrangeas I have to install this week, because hydrangeas really need, by the end of July, they should be set up for the next year. So I'm under a little bit of pressure. And you're looking at a crew of one.
Yeah. And I saw the greenhouse. I got a little bit of footage of the greenhouse this morning, and it's full.
It is full.
And it looks like you're working. Now let's talk a little bit about those orange roses out there. I love those roses. They're kind of a salmon orange color.
They are. In fact, they're called salmon beauties. So you're spot on with that. They are a drift rose. They're a hybridized rose put out by the Knockout Rose Company to really work as a ground cover rose.
Beautiful.
They're in the floribunda family, but they bloom nonstop until the first freeze, and zero maintenance, except for the fact that there's Bermuda grass coming up in them.
That's okay.
It's not okay. It tears up my fabulous hands.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Speaking of hands, two hands controlling all of this. That's amazing. You still have volunteers who come to help you?
I know this is going to reach some of our volunteers, right, Sherry? Or would-be volunteers, I should say. It's a difficult position to come and volunteer for. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's a little dangerous. We are on a hillside. We do have quote-unquote wildlife in here. I had a volunteer per last week who saw her first black snake.
Oh, wow.
And she lasted about 10 minutes.
Oh, my gosh, that's funny.
But it's a tough job. I mean, it is really tough to get volunteers to come into a garden and work as hard as you really got to work for a garden. I am supported mainly, I must say, by our county donating me some community service workers.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they have to work their hours off here, and I'm going to tell you, they work.
Yeah, and that's a great way to do that.
It really is. I have to thank our commissioner for that.
Yeah,
Very
and it
kind.
gives them a sense of pride, because if they come back and see the gardens, oh my gosh.
Well, me a sense of pride. Let me tell you what happened. So last night we had our big shindig up here for the 4th of July.
Thank you very much.
You
It
were
was
here.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
And one of those community service workers who'd done his time out here came up last night. He's in the garden business now.
I love
so
that.
He was showing off his photos and the work he'd
that's
done.
Awesome. Yeah.
My heart. I was just like,
so you touched and changed a life.
Well, at least one, okay?
Yeah.
No, two. That gentleman and my daughter.
Yeah. Now, you know, we got here about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. There were already people set up waiting for the fireworks to happen. During the day, how many people travel and walk through the gardens?
You know, on the average, we're still, we talked about this last night, we're still a little undiscovered. You know, we've been here since the late 70s, early 80s, really kind of formally opened up to the public in 1980. But with that being said, just now I was out there collecting my fireworks display, and I had a couple come up and say, we didn't even know this was up here.
Isn't that
this
crazy?
is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And you heard another lady walking by. Average during the on season, which is April and May, we can get thousands of people up here. But right now, I'll maybe see 20 people today at the most. Okay. We don't charge an entrance fee. There's a donation box out there.
I love that. Yeah.
I do too. I do try to stop and talk to everyone that comes through. We just have a great demographic, a great group of people come up here. We are number 2 on TripAdvisor right now for this region. So
that's awesome.
I think that's what drives most of the traffic here, quite frankly.
But well, we met a couple of ladies who had taken the walk this morning, and they were sweating and they were tired, and they said, "Oh, it's a great walk. It's a beautiful walk." Do people come here also just for exercise and just enjoy God's bounty?
Absolutely. Our morning walkers, I have a regular crew. Bob was here earlier today. He's a member of the Tri-County British Car Club with me. He comes up and walks every morning. If it's 8:30, he's here. There's a group of campers that are camped out here for the entire month, and those are 2 of the ladies you probably saw, and they walk every morning. And I don't know if you noticed, but we've got the staircase from hell here. It doesn't go to heaven. Okay.
No, listen, that is so much better on my knee, though.
But
I was
that's
so
well
thankful.
walked.
It has the best separation.
Yes, it does.
It gives you more foundation, so it's not so
and
steep.
it's a really steep. You know, as a contractor,
I could do those steps. I can't do normal steps.
They have a very small rise on them. Did you notice that?
Yes, it's for old, short, fat ladies like me.
There you go.
There you go.
You'd think I'd be walking them more. You know what I'm saying?
You know, now let's talk about this pavilion. Tell people how they could rent it and how can they be a part of having a party here.
Well, and this is a fabulous place, and let me just send this out to you all. This does book up. We're booked up pretty much through, we close it November 1st due to weather restrictions. We're an outdoor venue, obviously.
Right.
Gets a bit chilly up here. But they can go to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds website, click on the Hamilton Gardens tab, and then scroll down to Weddings and Rentals Pavilion. And that has all the information. In fact, that is my phone number on there. That phone rings.
Ding, ding,
That's
ding.
me.
There
So
you go.
we'd love to have you come up here for an event. All the proceeds go right back to the garden. We are a nonprofit organization. And as it stands right now, the work I did on this pavilion, which I'm pretty proud of, is really brought in quite an income for us.
Well, I got a shot of the plaque too, where it was donated or honored the memory of somebody who'd been here 50 years.
Yes, Paris.
Yes.
He was one of the founding fathers here at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And this was one of his loves. This parcel of land went undeveloped for a little bit of time after they'd already established the fairgrounds below us. And he and Terry Taylor and of course Fred Hamilton said, "Hey, I know what we can do with that hillside. I got a plan."
There you go.
And the rest is history.
It's amazing. It is amazing. Now, if people wanted to come here and picnic and gather around, what are your hours?
Okay, so we open our gates at 8 a.m. We close at sunset.
Okay.
And I have to put this out there, not in a negative sense, but in an informative sense. We're not a public park.
No.
We are a private park here.
Right.
And we just ask that people respect that as the days get longer, I can't stay here till 9:30, so everyone's on their best behavior, right?
Yeah.
But we try to run it like a public garden, because let's be honest, Sherry, there's not that many public parks up here in our region. We have 2 up here.
Yeah.
And we're the 3rd one, which I do run like a public garden without the county's support.
And let's talk about the fact that people could make a donation and it's tax deductible.
Absolutely, yes. Just come find me. I'm the curator. I'm here nearly 7 days a week. And I have the forms in my office, and we will give you a tax deduction form for your CPA.
There you go. And why not give it to something that keeps giving back?
I agree, and a legacy. Let's be honest,
absolutely.
On another level. You don't run into rhododendron gardens everywhere in the United States, let alone the southeastern United States. We're at the cutoff zone for rhododendron. They can't take it much hotter than it gets here. And with that being said, we are kind of a rare gem for that reason. And it is a nonprofit private organization. I need all the help I can get financially. There's no doubt about that.
And last night there were some people here enjoying the fireworks, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the folks. Everybody was so nice. They'd come over and say, would you like to have some of our food? We have plenty, da-da-da-da. Everybody was sharing and getting together and talking, and it was kind of like family getting together for a homecoming.
I like that vibe. I try to emulate that here. And they were some of my regular donors that were here last night. I would love to put a board of trustees together because they're just fabulous people, and they come out for all my events and support us. And thank goodness for people like that. And thank you, Sherry, for coming. Yeah. Hope you had fun.
Oh, we had, it was fantastic. And to wake up to the sounds of silence, it was so nice.
Until the boats start cranking up.
Oh my God, no, it was so good. It was so cool. Now, what if people are just driving by during the day? Do you serve refreshments? How do you do that?
Our goal was to really set up the service bar for our concerts. We have free concerts. We have 4-part series of concerts that we run here at the Hamilton Gardens. And we were just serving beer out of coolers in an event tent. And I said, I need some hot and cold running water and some refrigeration. That would help out.
Right.
Being that we are an outdoor venue and it gets in the 80s and 90s here. So I really set up the bar to serve our weddings, our events, our rentals in here, and then our concert series that we have here up at the Gardens on Thursday nights.
How many weddings have been here?
Oh my gosh, I've lost count.
It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And to have that background for your wedding, are you kidding me?
Some of the best photographs I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this area is really, and you really share the same mountain range we share here.
Yeah.
But there's something about this location, perched the way it's perched.
Yes.
Just the view of the highest point in Georgia. Did you get a view of that? We got the view of Brasstown Bald
actually. Yeah, last night I did a whole scan of the whole thing, and I just kind of spanned around. And
you can actually see us from Brasstown Bald when the gardens are in bloom, and you get on those little telescopic. You know, what am I trying to say? What are they called?
Telescopes.
But they're binoculars of sorts.
Right.
You can see all the color out here from Brasstown Bald. It's quite nice.
Well, it is beautiful. Now tell me, this bush, how long is that big white one going to bloom?
That one will bloom all the way to the first freeze. It's only just starting to bloom right now.
Look at that.
They're limelights. I love them. They're in the hydrangea family, but they are hybridized hydrangea. Paniculatas can take almost full sun, which you can see. That gets full sun all day long.
Beautiful.
It turns a beautiful, you'll have to come back. Our fall concert series, it is the bomb. It turns pink and red.
Oh my gosh.
It's stunning. Countless people have their pictures taken in front of it. We actually have them scattered throughout the Fairgrounds.
And right now it looks like it's white to be here for a bride's wedding. I mean, it looks like it's perfect for a wedding.
The last wedding that actually was just last week, they said, can we cut some of those? Absolutely. It's you or me pruning them, girl. Go ahead.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, again, will you share your phone number with people?
Absolutely. It is area code 706-994-4535. And my name's Catherine. But you can call me Kat, okay?
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the hospitality. This was like going home. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Thank you so
everybody
much.
Come on up and see us. It's completely free. And it'll be worth your time.
Absolutely beautiful. And now, how long is the walk? Tell people.
We have different routes. We do have maps at the trailhead out here. Most people just do the 1 mile loop down to the lake and back. It'll take you across our bridge and the little waterfall and the water wheel, and then kind of meanders you through the forest and down to the dock. And that's only a mile out and back.
Okay.
The only thing I need to add to that is for your viewers, is that we are an 80-foot drop off to the lake. Our trails were designed by a professional engineer, so there's lots of switchbacks getting you down there. But it is a physical challenge. So be sure to call me. We have a 6-seater golf cart. We can give you a formal tour of the garden. Won't cost you a dime. Come on up. We'll make sure you get down to the lake and back. It is a physical challenge for some people, actually. But, You'd think I'd be a lot thinner.
It's
right?
awesome. I
Look
love
at
it.
me, my goodness.
I love it. Well, thank you again. And again, let's take a little look because this is, and this, even though it's not available now, everybody's got bookings and bookings and bookings. Pick up the phone and call and get to know the Hamilton Gardens. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sherry.
Today is July 14th, and just look at the scenery. This is Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. This is Hamilton Gardens, and I've shown you a little bit of this in the last few days. I want you to see it firsthand, so make plans to be here. Now, if you can't come this fall, when it's actually beautiful, you could come next spring. So make plans to come to Hamilton Gardens and to take the whole tour and go down and see all the beautiful flowers that will be blooming. Or you could do like me. I like to come off season because I kind of like when it's quiet and personal, and it is very quiet and personal now. There are some walkers walking. People walk this trail every day. They walk up the steps, they walk down the hills, and they walk down to the lake, and they come back. And that's a couple of miles. So if you're a walker, this is a beautiful, beautiful place to walk. And again, this time of year, it's not busy, so take advantage of that. In the spring, very, very, very busy. And there's a reason. You'll have to come and see the reason. Put it on your calendar. Hamilton Gardens in the spring. Hamilton Gardens daily for your daily walks. Or Hamilton Gardens in the fall when it will be absolutely gorgeous. Howdy, y'all. It's nighttime. It's dark. But I happen to be in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'm at Hamilton Gardens at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. It's dark and it's still breathtakingly beautiful. I came outside to find the moon because I was on a lookout for the full moon and I can't find it. Where is it, everybody? I found the katydids and I hear all the sounds. And I see the beautiful, beautiful mountains in the distance. You can barely see them now. But it's so beautiful up here. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful. If you're looking for camping and you don't really want to be lakeside, we were lakeside last time for a little bit. Down in B4 in that section. It's right by the lake. It's absolutely beautiful. But we found that being near Hamilton Gardens, very, very quiet, very, very peaceful. There's hardly anybody up here. So we kind of have the place to ourselves. And you can see this beautiful pavilion. I got to encourage y'all to plan events and see if you can book it to be here. Now, this is home because we're on a staycation for a day, one day. Just get to be here one day. But I came to get some photographs and to finish some stuff we're working on in honor of their 75th anniversary. If you have not been to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, this year is the big to-do. You want to come, you want to make plans, you want to be a part of all the many, many events. And as they honor the 75th anniversary, they always honor our flag. They always honor the United States. They always honor our military. And it's such a pleasure to get to spend time here. Look at those beautiful flowers. That's salmon, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So make plans, pick up the phone, call some friends, and say, hey, Sherry said to come up to Hamilton Gardens and go check it out. And I'm checking it out, and I can't find the moon. Where's the moon, y'all? If you know where the moon is, send it my way, because I can't find it. But it sure is beautiful up here. Hear the sounds?
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
See us anytime you can.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
The lights of my hometown. This place is all so different now, and they've torn the red light down. That old wooden bridge I fished from is replaced with man-made stone. The swimming pool and our old school, like you, they both are gone. I've been thinking about the summer of 1969. Long ago and far away, when I thought you were mine. For better or worse, thick or thin, so much has changed since then. My crazy heart spins round and round when I dream of way back when the rock and roll would play in that old silver Chevrolet. And AM rock was all we knew back then. Big green eyes and short Levi's, I remember you. But it's all over now, baby blue. from the mountains to the sea. The track that took my dad to war in 1943 still stretches by the depot like so many years before. But like you, the train's on a different track. It don't come here no more. And the rock and roll would play in that old silver Chevrolet. And AM rock was all we knew back then. Big green eyes and short Levi's, I remember you. But it's all over now, baby blue. Red wall tires, western flyers, and 8-track Suzy Q. It's all over now, baby blue. Hey, baby, come over here. I feel good. I got my best jeans on. I feel fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there in his ragtop 59. My grill is clean. There's an 8-track in the dash of my machine, and I know every single line. Yeah, Susie's got her dress on, hanging high above her knees. And when she smiles for the Nikon, you know it's such a sight to see. Raise it on up a little bit. It's Friday night in the southern city lights. Wheels will turn and the rubber's gonna burn. The glass packs are racking, the power play is screaming loud. We'll cruise the red dot parking lot and see who all is in the crowd. 'Cause I feel good, I got my best jeans on, it's all fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch him shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there, and you better not step out of line.
Hey y'all, we're at the Georgia Mountain Fair and we're waiting for the fireworks. We're also waiting for a storm. But while the storm was coming, a beautiful ray of sunshine walked in, and her name is
Kinley.
And you are
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025.
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025. Now, what did it take to become Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025?
Well, for me, it took a lot of courage and convincing from my mama.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
There's always a mama pushing you.
Definitely, and she pushes me to do all the things that I possibly can. And this was something that for me, I've looked forward to since I was a little girl. I can remember growing up and seeing the parade and going to events here. So definitely the courage to just be able to get up on stage and be my authentic self. And just honestly putting yourself out there is the biggest challenge into becoming Miss Georgia Mountain Fair, because it's not just the pageant, it's realizing that you're interacting with the entire community.
Absolutely.
And you have to be comfortable in yourself as a person. So this was definitely a learning curve for me, and definitely a lot of self-growth went into it outside of just putting on a dress and walking across the stage. There's so much more to it.
I was going to say, besides being absolutely stunningly gorgeous,
thank
is there a talent part to this?
There is. It's not required. That bode well for me, because my shower head and my steering wheel are about the only audience that needs to be hearing me sing.
Uh-oh, okay.
I definitely was not blessed in the talent area, but they have a talent portion that's optional. We did have one girl in the pageant that sang this year, and she did a Benson Boone song, and I'm a big fan of him, and I think she did wonderful with that song. That in and of itself takes a whole lot of guts to be able to get up and perform in front of people. So kudos to the ones that do it. I was cheering her on from the backstage and dancing around, probably looking a little odd, but I was having a great time. And
that's cool that you supported her, though. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. That's really what life is about. Yeah.
The girls that I, did the pageant with, I don't even want to use the word like competed with, just because that doesn't really encapsulate it. We were texting and asking, what are you wearing for your interview? Do you think this is going to look okay? It wasn't like we were competing against each other. It honestly felt like we were just bonding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We all got together and got along so wonderfully from the jump that we have a group text, and even after the pageant we were texting each other, congratulating each other, and just talking. So it's not like, I think people hear the word pageant and you're competing in a pageant and they think it's this catty thing.
Nasty little girls.
It's not. And I think especially with the age division that's specifically for the pageant, I think that's a really good age, because you've come to understand that people are different, and it's good to embrace that difference. I learned a lot about myself from the other girls and them encouraging me in areas where I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should cover up the twang of my voice, because I know there's a lot of people that are like, okay, can you repeat that for me? But they encouraged me to be my authentic self, and I hope that I was, just as
Honey, you're in the
for them.
mountains. If you were anything besides authentic, people would not welcome you.
Fair enough.
Because it's got to be the real deal, and you are truly the real deal. And let me ask you this: have you ever watched the movie Miss Congeniality?
I have.
Did you crack up at her?
Yes.
Is that not a great movie?
I love that. Me and my parents were both talking about it right before the pageant. Because Dad was like, look, here's what to do and what not to do.
I love it.
I love it. It's a staple in our household. We love that movie.
So what's in your future?
In my future right now, outside of doing all the events here, which I'm beyond stoked for, I'm currently enrolled in college at UNG, so I'm pursuing my degree in nursing.
Good.
So I'll have my pharmacology classes and all of my basic medicinal courses coming up, and of course my clinicals that go along with it. So pretty much just education and work for the time that's not here.
Are you going to the Blue Ridge campus?
No, I'm down in Dahlonega.
Okay.
I got me a little drive going on.
You do,
But it's so beautiful. And the
yeah.
people there, it reminds me a lot of Hiawassee, and that's why I ended up picking to go there. I kind of wanted to see what it was like to be out on my own. But close enough to where if I wanted to come home and spend the weekend with my family, I could. And that bodes well with, the title and being able to be like, I can come to this event on a Friday. I'll be here at this time. I get out of class at 3. I'll see you then. So I'm very fortunate.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to ask you this because we came the back roads from Ball Ground. It took us twice as long as if we had jumped on 515, but if you drive to Dahlonega every day, don't you see something beautiful and new every single day?
Oh, yeah.
If you go the back roads, that is Georgia. That is what Georgia really is.
It's Georgia untouched for sure. I always take the back roads. It may take me a little bit longer, but in my opinion, it almost feels safer than being on the main roads. I'd rather if my biggest worry is having to look out for wildlife, I will take it any day. And especially like once it gets towards the fall, seeing everything change and the colors, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just honestly taking in the view. It's me, my radio, and the view when I'm driving. So I love it.
So now you have to tell people, but don't tell everybody, because then the roads will be packed. It'll be me and you and all those other people.
Oh, yeah.
So don't tell everybody. Just tell the people you like about the back roads. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, thank you for doing this, and congratulations. You are so precious, and I know that everybody is very, very happy that you are representing Towns County and Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Thank you so much. Okay, we have another beautiful young lady we're going to show you on Thursday, because we're going to be pumping you up into coming to these mountains. This is tourist season. It is also the Southern Slowdown season. The State Patrol, all the police agencies, and all the areas that we cover are working hard to keep your roads safe. That means you have a choice. Slow down, pay attention, drive defensively and offensively, and get where you're going safely. Now, that includes not drinking and driving. If you go to an event and they're serving drinks, that's great. That's your business. You do what you need to do, as long as you don't get in a car and make it my business or the State Patrol's business. Because every single day in Georgia, there are boating accidents caused by alcohol. There are driving accidents caused by alcohol. There are motorcyclists, which blows my mind, who actually think, well, I've only had 2 beers, I can ride. No, you can't. So please, if you're here enjoying these mountains, remember, Georgia and all the other southern towns and southern states are working on a southern slowdown. And that means welcome to the mountains, but enjoy them. Take your time, pay attention, be kind, be nice. Leave that attitude that often you use on 285 in Atlanta. Don't bring it from all those crazy hours you spend sitting in traffic. When you come up here, just be sweet, be kind, and be nice, and be aware, because the State Patrol are watching, and we want them to. We want them to keep our roads safe. Now, I'm going to invite you to go back to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds July 17th, July 24th, and July 31st. There is an event. It is in there went my mic. That's live TV. That's what happens on live TV. It is in Eller Hollow, and it is, here you go, I'm fishing it out. It is in the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. They're going to have crafters, they're going to have food trucks, and they're going to have a concert. The concert is completely free. You can buy food from the food trucks, you can buy craft items, you can visit, you can shop, you can spend time. But this is going to be, again, 3 weeks in a row, starting the 17th and the 24th and the 31st of July. 3 concerts coming up. That might be the time that you test camping at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Maybe go up and spend the night. Just spend one night. Do a daycation or do a staycation and stay a couple of days, but get to know the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. They offer more than just Ferris wheels once a year. They offer events yearly. Every single month, there's Christmas events. There are events around Thanksgiving. They start with the lights. They do the laser show. They do so many different things, and we're going to share a lot of that with y'all in the coming weeks. Miss Hilda is going to come back and be with us again before the fair opens. Let me tell you what happens. When the fair opens, we ain't going to be able to get that woman on the telephone. She is going to be crazy busy. It is going to be a crazy time. This is a big to-do. The 75th anniversary of the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds is saying thank you to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, who brought tons and tons of money to your communities, from Hiwassee to Blairsville to Young Harris, all the way over to Hayesville, into Murphy, North Carolina, so many different places. From Valdosta, Georgia, people came out of Florida headed to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. It's been a big deal in the commerce and in the money coming in to Georgia. So please take your time. July 17th, the 24th, and the 31st. These are on Thursday nights. You can plan to spend some time with your friends and your family at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Now, these events won't be so busy and it won't be so crazy. There'll be plenty of parking, there'll be good music. You will just hang out down there in the holler and enjoy the music, enjoy the food trucks, and get to know about the fair. Then you'll want to come back when the real fair opens. When it opens, it's going to open with a big bang. Going to have a huge parade. You need to be part of that. If you've been part of the communities, if you've been one of the folks who have often made a living selling your crafts there, you need to be a part of this year, the 75th anniversary. Now, the song that you get to hear often, The Mountain Life, was written about the mountain life by the man that knows about the mountain life. Now, the shots that you see when we do mountain life were done on a beautiful, beautiful piece of property. That property could be yours. It's very expensive. It's expensive for a reason. It's untouchable. You can't find it anywhere else. And there are 10 acres of it. And you could own that if you'll pick up the phone and call me at 404-375-0590. It is breathtaking. It is beautiful. It would be the perfect place to build just a few very exclusive homes. It is stunning, and you see it in the video all the time. The Mountain Life was written about spots like that. It was written about Hiawassee, Georgia. It was written about Ellijay, Georgia. It was written about even Hayesville, North Carolina. There's so many cities and towns that we serve that are in the song Mountain Life. And when we think about that, we've got an opportunity. Welcome people to the mountains. If you have a business, make sure that when your doors open, you are prepared to say, hey, y'all, come back and see us now. That's what it's about. It's about telling people how great the life is here. And it is great. And a lot of folks are saying, don't tell everybody how great it is, then everybody will want to move here. It's big enough for a few more people. So keep the traffic toned down a little bit. Pay attention to what you're doing and drive defensively. And also drive with that sweet Southern attitude, because you might get stopped by one of our boys in blue. They are checking for speeders. So do the speed limit, be sweet, be kind, and get yourself right up here to the mountains just as fast as you can. Don't forget, we have YouTube with lots and lots of old programs. Just type in my name, Sherry Martin, CherieMartin, or Sherry Martin, Heart of the Home, and we have a lot of little tiny blippets, and I know that y'all love Xana and you love seeing her. A lot of her stuff is on there. So check out YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gives us a great avenue to share our old programs with you, because many of you were involved in it. Thanks for being with us today, and remember, we're going to see you again where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet.